Welcome back, everybody. Swiftly moving into game 2 here of this best of 2. A while ago, we've got Secret taking on Mineski, and already a couple of interesting bans have appeared on our screens.
I mean, taking them on and taking them out in game 1 at least. We have game 2 here. Like we said, this was going to be a hard matchup for Mineski. Already knew that before going into the series. But Mineski really got countered hard. Team Secret with some pretty interesting lanes, putting an Invoker safe lane, Drow off lane. It was kind of Wild West going on there. Worked out really well for them though, and pretty much all of it on the back of Nisha's Venomancer. He was everywhere in that game. His rotations were on point. In this game, though, Mineski going with pretty similar bans. They banned out the Broodmother and Winter Wyvern in the first game as well. They don't ban out the Wisp in this game, though. So they changed that for a Windrunner. And Team Secret banning out the Phoenix and the Axe.
Mineski do have first pick, though, right? We were just kind of chatting about that.
So they might play Wisp instead in this game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling, at least. That it might come out, and that also could be a reason why you ban Windrunner, because Windranger's Ranger Runner is good against Wisp in many ways. It's very predictable and easy to land shackles on too, and he has no armor, so you can just focus fire and kill the Wisp super fast.
I'm a big fan of the position 5 Windranger. I think 1437 does it spectacularly in the Southeast Asian region. Like, just the fact that you're a support and you still buy Javelin, and you can just solo kill other supports with focus fire. It's just absolutely absurd, especially if you add in, you know, Drow Ranger and all of that good stuff into the mix.
Yeah, I struggled a bit with accepting the position 4 Windranger because I don't feel she goes in as much as I want from a 4. Many 4 heroes, I want them to go in and create chaos, a little bit like a mini version of offlaner, you know? It's like a little Earth Spirit, you know? little Earth Spirit. You know, it's like a mini Tidehunter or something. You send them in. Whereas I didn't feel there's that effect at all. And oh boy, here comes the picks. Quickly they go. So Wisp does come out from the first pick. Venomous not gonna be in this game. Morphling and Tiny immediately. Both have amazing bursts, so it's all about killing the Wisp really fast. And then Peel coming out, but I always feel bad about picking Peel into Morphling because he can just turn into me, you know.
I was just about to ask you that, because I've seen a lot of Morphlings against PL, and you get the PL ultis. You are basically a version of PL that's able to create illusions just by morphing into him. I don't understand why they picked PL straight off the bat.
Yeah, it could just be comfort zone for them at this point, and it is a strong laner as well, which last game they had lane issues. They struggled really badly with just getting out of the laning stage in a good way. So maybe they're just trying to set up and create, let's say, a platform to play from. So it might not be so much about the PL versus Morphling. That just might be a part of it. But it is a part of it, and it's kind of nasty because both Tiny and Morphling are quite good at dealing with PL. So far, I would definitely favor being in Team Secret's shoes. We'll see what Mineski decide to ban out here. But
ban the Rubik.
I've even seen a lot of Morphlings, gonna go on a side note here, that I've seen a lot of Morphlings do Diffusal Blade when you play in a game with PL. Whether PL is on your team or not. So you just go Diffusal and turn into PL in the mid-late game, and you're actually PL.
That is disgusting, man.
Yeah, I had a game where I played, again, with Thompson, right? He keeps appearing in my games.
Yeah.
And he was playing Morphling, and we had a PL in our team. He turned into PL as well with Diffusal Blade, and I mean, it was not fun to be a support on the enemy team, let me tell you.
Where's your mana gone?
Or anyone, for that matter.
Where's your mana gone? Crystal Maiden, there we go. Team Secret pick up one of their supports for now, anyway.
Yeah, that's a puppy classic. He loves playing that hero. I'm sure he's going to be the one to take it. So still holding what could be Yapsor's hero. Still looking for what he would want to play in this game.
Having a root up against that PL with a Frostbite is always handy.
Yeah. CM is really strong against PL for sure. Well, it's hard to stay alive. The ulti is amazing. Crystal Nova is great. And the root is also fantastic. So definitely not a bad pick here. And I'm expecting just more damage and bursty things from Secret so that they can take care of the Wisp, because that's often a big problem. You can counter the hero that Wisp is tethered to, but that's not enough. You need to kill the Wisp first so you can actually fight. Because if you don't bring down Wisp, then that's a problem.
What's happened to Weaver? Wagamama. Because the past 2 months, I've seen Weaver first banned, first picked, first everything. And today, I have just realized we've not seen Weaver like at all. No ban, no pick, right?
I'm sure that we're gonna see him again, but the thing is, we've seen a ton of picks on Weaver, but his win rates have not been that impressive. I talked about it on several occasions because people ask me what I think about balance and things, but Weaver has not struck me as strong as his pick rate.
Yeah.
His win rate has been sub 50% in Immortal Divine games, which is obviously weak. And sure, there are some players who play really good Weaver, but he had like a 30% pick rate at some point, and he was still sub 50% win rate, so I didn't see the hype about it, and I never played it that much myself. Maybe people just got wise and realized that maybe he's not as good as we feel. Because he definitely feels good, but is he actually that good?
Because, yeah, it was like he feels good and, what is it, 35% XP at level 10? Yeah, it's actually insane. A lot of people expected that.
It's a great talent.
To get nerfed in the previous patch. And I guess quite often it's like with a Drow Ranger strat, you've got a Weaver along with Drow, and maybe that's the bias I have where I've seen Weaver win a lot. It's just because there's Weaver Drow.
I like Weaver in certain scenarios when he can go for an Aghanims and have big impact with that. Is when I like him. Drow kind of enables that because then Weaver has the damage built in by Drow, so he doesn't have to go for a damage item. And, you know, maybe you can go for like one, say you go for Maelstrom or something, and then back into Aghanims.
Hello, Pango.
Oh yeah, there it is, the car. And that is more burst once again, super fast burst actually against the PL Illusions now.
And great gap close on the IO.
Yep. They do have pretty bad heroes for killing the Tombstone, though. But they can put down their own Tombstone now. So that's always a little bit, you know. So far this draft is looking quite hard for Mineski. Picking Undying into Morphling feels, to me, like kind of shooting yourself in the foot.
And also picking dual supports with literally no disables.
Yeah.
Like right now,
even with PL as well, no disables.
Exactly.
So
you've got a core and 2 supports with no stuns, no anything against Pango Morphling.
Yeah, no silence either. So Morphling is going to be ultra hard, and Pango as well, like you mentioned. Going to be very hard to kill.
What do we look towards to remedy this then?
There's a lot needed here for them to salvage. But the issue is, even if you pick stuns and disables here, it's going to be on core heroes. They can't be everywhere all the time. So that will only start working in the mid game. But I'm struggling a bit to say what I want to see. Ooh, the Centaur. That is a fun hero against Pango. You know when Pango was first added to the game? I picked Centaur against it because I thought maybe this works. He used his Q, I maxed E, he insta-died. Because I was building a lot of strength. So the return is actually very evil against Pango.
That's really nifty.
Because it procs 4 times.
Damn.
But, I mean, it's only 4 procs, but 4 procs can hurt on a low HP Pango. And Centaur is the opposite of Weaver. Does not have a very, very high pick rate. He's about 10% in Immortal and Divine bracket now, which is, it's rising. So people are starting to catch on. This hero is incredibly powerful. He has about a 57% win rate. So Centaur is crazy strong. And I played him a little bit recently as well. It is very easy to make him work. The only issue is he's still a pretty slow stun here, and against Pango and Morphling, you kind of need a setup stun to land the stomp. It's going to be tough. Because even if you blink in on a Pango, you might still miss him. He might still Q away. Or Morphling could, you know, start morphing to strength.
So you're like heavily reliant on that element of surprise.
Yeah, you are. And that's the tough part, but outside of that, Centaur is a fantastic hero in many ways. So I love the pick. And it starts solving their stun issues, but they still need more.
You know, honestly, drafting against Morphling must be the worst feeling in the world, because you see a hero that you want and you like and you feel that fits, and then you realize that Morphling's just going to morph into him and, you know, do the same thing back to you.
Yeah, sometimes that's the way it works, at least.
PL Undying, was it Helsinki Reds the other day were playing in JDL, and they had Morphling, Wyvern, Centaur on their team. Whenever they were pushing high ground, they turn into Centaur. So you've got like 4,000 HP, plus you've got another 4,000 HP as Morphling, so you've got like an 8k HP Morphling. Or if they're playing defensively, they had Wyvern with Arctic Burnie, just, you know, long-range artillery people.
Yeah. I mean, double Splinter Blast. That's kind of defended.
So I mean, Morphling here has just got...
Ooh.
potentially free reign over 3 targets in the middle of Mineski's draft to grab up and turn into, but Bloodseeker last pick. What do you think about that?
One of the most fun counters to Pangolier ever. I mean, if Pango knows what he's doing, he can always cancel it as well and do some nice stuff, but gonna have to be careful if the Rupture comes out. It is a nice hero though, I think, here, because this allows them to deal with Pango very well, but also provides some control for Morphling in terms of blood right.
Yeah.
But that's going to be a full lineup for Mineski. It is looking a little bit patchy, I'm going to say. Like, it doesn't feel so complete as I would want. But their late game is super strong. Peel, I mean, there is always that inevitable threat that Peel reaches level 25 and he's just going to time walk doppelganger all the time and deal with you bit by bit. So we'll see what Secret want to put as a response here. But this is so far looking a little bit more Secret favorite for me.
You may now
Timber?
select your heroes.
Sometimes I forget that Timber is a hero, I'm going to be honest here. I feel like I haven't seen many Timber sauce, but...
I'm in exactly the same boat. I mean, I watch a lot of Southeast Asian Dota, and I feel like C is one of the very few regions that still play Timbersaw, and it's almost always against a PL. Just when it's like, we have nothing to deal with PL, we need someone to lane against him and handle him as the game progresses. There's some element of that here from Mid-One's Timbersaw to deal with him, but also, you've got Centaur and even Bloodseeker, who is super susceptible to getting burst down with Blood Rage on him. This Timber could do a fair amount of work.
That's true. Yeah, I think Timbersaw was probably a pretty wise pick here. It gives them even more AoE, and AoE damage. Every single hero on Team Secret have AoE damage to throw into a team fight, and some of them multiple. You have Tiny with both the Avalanche and the Toss. You have Pango with his entire body, everything he does, and Timbersaw. Like, this is gonna hurt in the fights for Mineski. But looking at it from Mineski's point of view, I think they want to drag it into late game and hope that Moon on his Bloodseeker can start snowballing, because he has to create space.
That's probably the big thing for me, is that kind of early tempo, not the early laning stage tempo, but sort of, let's say 12 minutes onwards, 12 to 20 minutes when that Bloodseeker is really, Blade Mail Wand and shifting into that BKB as quickly as you can.
Yep.
It's going to be absolutely vital here to deal with Nisha's Morphling, but also, you take a look at Puppy on the Tiny there, hey Wagamama, we've got a nice little roaming Tiny to run around the map.
We do. I was thinking that as well after I said that, oh, that's a Puppy hero on CM, and then I thought back to some points of having seen Yapsur on his CM, and that's very interesting that it's a bait and switch again, I feel, by Secret. They did this kind of thing in the first game, where they picked Invoker and put him safe lane. They're kind of tricking their opponents, and then they pick Tiny, and that's a 5 Tiny, of course.
A classic,
Yeah,
as it normally is.
Yeah, of course.
Wait, also the fact that Io's a strength hero, and Mid-One on this Timbersaw is going to absolutely Shrek him.
Yeah, he will.
I forgot about that.
Io does get bursted super fast.
Feels bad to be Febby.
Yeah, Secret are a hard team to draft against, it seems, despite the little tricks that they do in the pick phase overall. So CM Pango heading up to the top lane. We see the nice little try running down bottom. Both the supports together with the Centaur.
Doing their little dancing.
Yeah, a lot of taunting. Gotta taunt your way down.
Mid-One Timber down bottom with Puppy Tiny. Like you said, KP Centaur, Febby and Mushi on the Io, and the Undying already cutting down some trees.
Toss him into a tower.
Very early on. Poppy's looking for it. There we go. Toss level 1, not skilled up.
Yeah, people get pretty scared when they see a Tiny running around there. Oh, he sees Mushi. Toss him. He skilled it, but doesn't get it.
Still thinking.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to throw someone into a tier 1. Why don't they just walk down? Wisp is teasing him. Here, you can toss me.
Pokey pokey.
Yeah, not gonna happen. Meanwhile, Yapsur is like running up on the tower, showing himself.
It looks like top 2 bounty runes for the Radiant. KP will zone out. Oh, Puppy very nearly grabs that one up. Febby does manage to steal it away, and this will be the death of Puppy's Tiny. A 3-man whirling death. It's
All the
pretty
value
tasty.
Yeah, he tried for a cute little play, but that's still a first blood fed over to a Wisp. That's pretty costly. I think that getting first blood on Wisp is a massive impact because you get closer to bottle, and that's what every Wisp typically wants. Looks like he might go for a magic wand, considering the lane here. So he has the wand available. Timbersaw against Centaur. Centaur has great base damage, but that is going to be lowered by these whirling deaths.
They've TP'd Io into middle. Puppey has already tossed Moon around. It looks like forcing the salve there likely tossed him under the tower onto Nisha. Whichever way around it was. The tether here from Febby will keep Moon going nice and strong.
Oh, they're trying for the kill. They get the toss onto him.
Oh, do they have this, Nisha? Oh, the fairy fire from Febby. Tether's going. And they can't catch up. Another salve comes out and Moon.
Puppey wants it. He's like, come here.
There
Get
we
that
go
salve.
with the toss. Man, oh man, oh man.
That's an aggressive Tiny.
Oh, it's an aggressive Morphling, eh? Look at this. 56 agi, 8 strength, 344 HP, but a shit ton of damage. 69, in fact.
That's what you will see all these mid-Morphling players just going fully agility and strong last hit damage. I like how looking at net worth right now, CM is top net worth.
How?
I mean,
She bought boots.
He's got 5 last hits.
Bought boots. Get wrecked, everybody else.
I don't know. I don't understand how he got so rich.
Oh, me neither.
He's winning. It's Yapsor, dude. He has some passive GPM talent built into him.
Yeah, he just manipulates space-time and creates gold.
Oh, Wisp gets tossed back, but the tether is there. Not going to be enough, though. Still goes down. DD rune on Bloodseeker now.
Does that accomplish anything?
Probably not.
How many hits to the middle of a Morphling here?
Yeah.
Too many.
It will be hard for him to get harassed onto the Morphling, but at least he will be able to maybe get some last hits.
Yay, CS.
I mean, Blood Rage DD Bloodseeker, you would imagine he gets every single last hit and deny, but Morphling is still hitting hard. So he might contest something.
Level 2 return on Centaur down bottom.
Yeah.
Pulling through, stacking camps, stealing the lane away from mid one. Mid one does the same thing though, dragged into the large camp.
Farming next to each other.
This is the lane now.
The agreement. This is the gentleman's agreement. Let's not deny each other. Let's just have efficient farming.
Oh, Puppey will come in and ruin that gentleman's agreement. It looks like KP does have a TP, but with no stomp now, might be in a little bit of trouble.
A little bit surprised to see they stomp the creeps. Feel like there's no point doing that for him, but doesn't matter. He gets a tether in and gonna try for a stomp on Tiny. Not gonna get it.
His stomp on the creeps baited Puppey in. Top lane though, Zai moving it on to Mushi. Another decay. Looking for it. Well, he wants the 2-man, but it's never going to be there. Zai, in fact, ditching away from danger. Quickly salving back up. We'll farm under the tower. And they're rotating Puppey in towards mid. This Tiny, he's had some impact. It just feels weird that he's this nomadic Tiny roaming from lane to lane. It just looks a bit weird.
Yeah, it's just running around, but it is annoying, especially with a hero like Morphling, who has so much damage. If you get tossed in... Oh, tosses back a creep.
Well, we're not meant to miss those. You've got to hit those, Puppey. Misses the avalanche and the toss.
Yeah, missing both is kind of tough. But it's fine. He has a mango. He can try again. If you fail, try again.
And Mushi on half HP. Morphling has 14 one charges. He's an absolute threat in this lane. Invis rune down bottom for Puppey. Does not have a bottle, as my mouth tricked my brain, or my brain tricks my mouth, but he will move in towards mid and look for that undying kill. Just want to keep my eyes quickly on top, because it looks like we've had a bit of a scrap there. Low HP dire heroes.
Oh, it's time. Come on, Puppey. Find him.
At this.
Get him.
The ping, he knows.
Yeah, they do know.
But,
it doesn't matter.
They know, but they can't do anything about it. Mushi still going to die. Nice little waveform over the Blood Rage from Nisha.
Oh.
Pounding into Moon here. Nice stick charges from Puppey. Will still fall, though, as Moon retreats with yet another salve. That's like number 4. He's buying a salve a minute.
He does actually go through a lot of salves here. It's kind of crazy.
Still higher net worth than the Morphling somehow.
He is. He's doing a good job so far, for sure. But he's getting a lot of help by the Undying. Bottom lane, this is scrappy stuff. This is people running around in the jungle, farming creeps.
Interesting toss.
I don't think Bloodseeker wants to be here.
No,
There's nothing he can really do.
Mid one is doing a lot of damage down here. With another Whirling Death. Okay, KP is going to have to respect this Timbersaw because mid one clearing up house.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that they ran for contesting the runes at all. I mean, the runes were spawning, so it makes sense that they try and go there, but the Timbersaw is very, very powerful against Centaur. You don't really want to run there. And even Undying, I mean, now you just try and dodge the Timbersaw.
They're making a move middle. Avalanche will hit this time, and Nisha. Look at that damage. Max Agi with the Adaptive Strike, only level 1, but still did a substantial amount.
Yeah, this is why we see so many players spamming the mid-morphling. His damage output is crazy, and very easy to gank with, so it kind of makes up for Tiny lacking damage on the support Tiny.
They'll find another one.
Yeah.
Dar Observer Ward, I mean, it saw Puppey coming in. Mushi still walked straight into the waiting arms of him and Yapzor.
Almost like when they knew the Invis was there, but he walked up and got tossed in as well. It feels like they might be a little bit stressed, some of the plays they're making. And mid, taking damage here. Moon has to be careful. Don't fight against the Morphling too much. You'll find yourself getting waveformed on.
But yeah, it seems like the information they're getting is correct. You know, they know things are happening. It's just the way that they're kind of reacting to them or not reacting to them quite fast enough. Maybe thinking there's a little more time to spend, but top lane, the toss forward onto Pango will catch the IO. A couple more hits here should finish off Febby, and he doesn't have a tether for a couple of seconds, but they do have the Stampede to get him out of danger. Now with the Tombstone down, they move towards Zai. Pangolier with a swashbuckle down south will be nice and safe down there, while Febby
trying to chase still now. Oh, he got the rush for a second, but cancelled it. Still hunting, though.
Zai there with a shield crash. Febby and JT thinking twice about their maneuvers, but they've got a salve to keep themselves topped up nice and fresh. Even more decays coming in through from Mushi. No real continuation, though, and it looks like Secret, they've had enough. They move down bottom, set up on KP, potentially. Mid one is absolutely miles away.
Yep. He is... Mid one is just pushing, and he can push forever here with these creeps. As he has 3 points, could even put another point into armor maybe, but he's trying to go for heavy damage.
Secret know there's no Stampede.
Yeah, they're hunting.
So they will go straight in for this kill. KP stomps back, raindrops pop out on the Centaur, but the Timber Chain in with a Chakram following, and Morphling arriving. Means that KP's life was always numbered there.
And they did get the bottom tower before doing this. This is so nice from mid one because he can make a pretty natural rotation for the mid tower now. And this is just 3 heroes still, or really 2 heroes pushing the mid tower, and they're doing it so fast.
Oh, Febby, quick tether back.
Oh, the CM
onto that PL.
CM auto almost killed him.
Mushi has 1-1-1. He's just level 3. Soul Rip is there. With a bit of decay, he's holding that tombstone for as long as possible. Now the Bloodseeker arrives. Mid one out of the blood right with a Chakram forward. But in the back it's Zai who's gone in really deep. Does have a Rupture on him, and Zai probably in trouble. Even with the 1 charge is there. He is down and out. Now the PL. Escaping through the tree line, but the Whirling Death clears him up so damn easily. IO is left high and dry, but with a tether to fly over to the Bloodseeker. Mid one wants to continue forward, but they've got a 3-man shrine. And they'll be perfectly fine. They'll be perfectly fine. IO's not perfectly fine. Mid one is out of there. Gets a kill and dips.
Yeah, that Timbersaw damage against strength heroes is just insane. Cuts down the Wisp like it's nothing. And this is, again, gonna score probably a tower on top. Maybe not. They TP in the PL. They want to defend this. The CM gonna have to run away.
How is this Tiny doing? 1,000 gold saved up on Puppey. He's doing reasonably well for himself. Could have gone into Tranquils already, but it looks like
surprisingly farmed. But I mean, it is the 3 towers or 2 towers that they've taken. It gives a lot of gold, and if he just gets Blink Dagger, that's all he really needs as a support Tiny. So working towards it. Morphling stealing enemy ancients right now, getting so aggressive.
What's the big reason for? Oh, Mushi, yeah. You know, it's pretty easy to get kind of caught in the trap of buying, you know, upgraded boots or even just like Magic Wand or Aquila or TP, you know, whatever it may be. What is the primary like driving force of him thinking, I need Blink Dagger rushed this game?
Well, It's simply that it doesn't need anything more badly. Like, very often you see Tranquils are necessary or Mana Boots are necessary, but he has the CM aura for mana, and Tiny honestly doesn't need any increase in stats. He has tons of damage, he has really good HP. The only thing he needs is gap closing. So that's about it. You could go Face Boots or Tranquils for like running up on people, but that will never be as valuable as Blink Dagger. Man, this Timbersaw is just chasing people. He's still not safe on PL. He might die here.
Oh,
misses the Q.
misses. JT.
Yeah. But even so, you're shrining and, you know, you're still being hunted even into your shrine. It's a lot of pressure being put here.
And you have absolutely no recourse. There is no turnaround power there. And look, mid one just tips KP. It's like, yeah, what are you gonna do about me?
He knew that Rupture was on cooldown on Timber, so that's the big thing. If Rupture is up, then he can't make these plays. But if it's not up, then he will just go wherever he wants.
We also do need that Spirit Vessel on Febby ASAP, it feels like.
Oh, Morphling. The damage. He's killing off Bloodseeker on his own, almost. The Magic Wand keeps him alive.
Relocate arrives. Nisha turns into the PL. He's going to go for the Doppelganger over to the side. JT battling with the Absol through the freezing field as mid one arrives. Tether still going with the relocate potentially going out. They leave the PL here as Zai always having a fight with KP. Mid one has moved forward. The rolling. Can you? Yeah. Hey. Chases forward for more. Zai? Are you just going to go in on this? Tether back onto the Bloodseeker now as in comes mid one. Timber chain into a double kill. It is an absolutely monumental bait. And in the meanwhile, you've got Nisha who's cleared out top.
Yeah, he was chasing after the Undying. Almost got the kill, but didn't really have the range with the waveform. So instead just started pushing a little bit. PL though is creep skipping and farming away. Man. Sai gave away a lot of gold for dying though. So, while he did manage to make an aggressive play and bait the kill for Timbersaw, at least there was some gold going with the way of Wisp first. You probably want that gold to a Bloodseeker though, so you can actually get this Blade Mail.
Rest in peace, Mushi Mushi.
Mushi, this is the second game today we see him struggling on this Undying. It's so hard to have good impacts when everything is going so fast. It's not really a fast-paced hero in many ways. Oh, top. Zai is trying to set up on the PL. He wants backup though. He can't really solo kill it.
Middle tower has fallen.
Once Hitsu mid's gone, Dire Observer Ward will spot Zai moving across through that jungle now. There's Team Secret shifting up towards top, getting ready, but PL back in the jungle and mid one chaining away. Moon with Rupture ready. Moosh, why is Moosh?
He's just really struggling with positioning in this game. I mean, many times he's kind of just barely getting caught out, but that's the issue of Undying. While people think that Undying is like a really simple hero, it actually requires really good positioning because you don't have any mobility tool or whatever. Okay, PL gets Stampede out, so he's gonna stay pretty safe here. Timbersaw going for that Bloodstone rush now after having the Yule Scepter. Gonna be a pretty damn fast timing for a second item Bloodstone.
Meanwhile, in Roshan Town, Morphling is soloing the big man.
Yeah, and he's going for that Diffusal Blade that we were talking about earlier. Against PL, it makes so much sense because you just... Oh, look at the rune outside.
Heyo. Heyo. Who's gonna tank Roshan for me?
Yeah.
Let's get in here with a double damage rune, shall we? Mineski will be able to claim themselves a tier 1 bottom even through that glyph. Chasing towards KP is Zai. Pango zones the Centaur away from Roshan, but you take a look at this smoke coming in. Mushi tethered up with Febby behind and dying for a backstab.
It's simply too late though. They already took Roche and now they're gonna go to your shrine and fight there.
And Moon's gone. Even through the shrine, they've got a double edge from Nisha, clearing out KP. That's a double for the Morphling as they move on for more. Will they make it 3 here? The Tombstone's down and Mushi with Febby retreating off to the east. But the east isn't safe. It's got bad people. The relocate will buy them time and get them out of danger for now. But the trouble is this
was 1 second later, they would have died, both of them.
But now they're both stuck on the Radiant side of the map and Secret pushing high ground.
Yeah, they are. They are. They TP'd the Wisp home at least, but Mushi is just controlling runes, doing what he can. They're gonna take runes bottom with PL as well. It kind of works though, because it's not that easy to push high ground against Bloodright and Wisp balls flying around. So they managed to sneak some runes.
My favorite kill.
Well, they snuck one.
Nisha find I don't care about Febby dying. I want to watch this PL because, yeah, he was being soloed there for quite some time. Zai was arriving, but the Stampede perfect comes through and saves JT. Middle lane, how's things going? Aegis is down. Tier 3 has taken a little bit of damage, but Nisha, with the help of Puppey, in onto KP Centaur, and he is ripped limb from limb. The rupture comes out, but it's the Tiny who's caught. Not the best target.
Yeah, he's just gonna stand there, doesn't really care. And the status resistance working on it is really nice as well. So you cut that duration down a little bit.
So Morphling has his Diffusal Blade, what, 15 minutes in? Let's call it 15.
Yeah.
Phantom Lancer is an absolute donkey's mile away from it.
He's more of a PL than PL is at this point.
He for sure is. I mean, Mushi's gone in here with the Tombstone. They're desperately trying to defend their base, but the Tombstone immediately falls flat on its face. Bloodseeker now in a bit of trouble as well, but Chakram Timber Chain not quite going to land. Means that Moon will be okay to walk away from that tier 3. They're looking for a stomp, but it's not quite going to catch. Nisha saw the Bloodseeker pre-casting Bloodright and very wisely sidesteps out of the danger zone.
Yeah, tower's gone, and I think that Secret could honestly just back here. They don't have Aegis anymore. You don't want to risk too much forcing it. They could reset though and go, since he got a little bit too cocky here on Centaur. Went too far out too early.
KP's dead for 35. There are no buybacks.
And that's a bonus kill. Beyond Godlike on this Morphling, 11-0.
It hasn't died this entire game. 101 CS with 22 denies. Nisha has had an absolutely perfect game so far. Inside that Phantom Lancer mode will kill. JT just obliterate. I think this is what you call it. Honestly, your first laner axe is falling. You do still have tier 2s, but the way this game is going with a dive in from Nisha, he is in Phantom Lancer mode, and he will go waveforming over the top of you. Kill off. How many? 3? Yeah, well, he gets double kill. Mid one steals one away from his Morphling there, but it's all worthwhile. Stampede Stomp, they come in to catch. They kill Yapzor, but at what cost? Zai, that return very nearly took him out of the game, but it's a triple for Nisha. The Diffusal Blade is slaying Mineski. He's on an ultra kill, and he's looking for a rampage. Zai's there with the damage, but mid one steals it yet again.
Oh no.
The Malaysian monster.
Yeah,
stealing rampages.
Mid one would do that. He's the kind of player. You know the type. Takes the rampage. Well played, says the Morphling. We know what he's talking about. I don't know. It feels to me like Mineski, Undying just doesn't really work. You need this hero to be dominating lanes if you're going to pick it, because it's so hard to play it out in the mid game. And I don't know. There are, of course, bigger issues and more things happening here, but I just feel like their draft could make more things happen if they didn't have this Undying. They lack disables, like we said. The Centaur stun, I mean, how many times have you seen them get something done because they have Centaur stun? It just feels like they're playing without disables.
Yeah. Very interesting smoke from Mineski. Puppey in a reasonably good position to try and pop that smoke, but they have gone the super,
can they kill him?
Super long way. Who have they found?
Morphling
into strength. And he's got himself a Mask of Madness to play around with here as the Pangolier will arrive. Rolling Boulder, Rolling Thunder over the top of 3-4-5, and Nisha's still alive, somehow staying up and running with the Doppelganger away. Does he have any Strength Morph left to play with? He does not, so the Beyond Godlike streak will finally be ended. Mid one in on top of Mushi though with a tether across. Maybe Mushi can survive through the onslaught, and mid one, he is thirsty for blood, and he will find it! Oh dear lord! How many is he going to get? A triple kill for mid one, and he wants that Phantom Lancer as well. JT trying to juke and jive with one of his illusions. The real one is off to the side though. JT, have you got yourself away from here? With KP, it looks like you might just survive. Another Doppelganger in 3 seconds.
Still hunting the Arcane Rune on Timbersaw. He's just going in.
Barely gets the Doppelganger away from the Avalanche.
He wants him.
He's got another Yule Scepter up. Zai, shield crash, and there we go. Mid one. He's now the Beyond Godlike.
KP is trying to find a way home. He's like, okay, this way, down here, and around. Finally safe.
Mid one. 28 Bloodstone charges. Vanguard, Yule Scepter.
He's charged up. That's for sure.
He's got full Crimson coming out. He's going to be charged up and guarded. Nice little Rolling Thunder. Zones out the back lines of Mineski while mid one He can handle the front lines. Moon does get a swipe down there, and with the regen that he got, the Bloodseeker actually up and running, continues to look for more. Zion Yapzor both on the floor. Nisha with a completed butterfly.
Yeah, he's a little bit farmed. Just a little bit. He's coming in. Meanwhile, KP is just trying to run away. Gets ulted after being tossed up. Trying to live, and then suddenly...
Nisha drops the well played as he steals the kill.
Yeah. Goes around, comes around mid one.
Karma.
Yeah, this is the moment that you probably should call it, but Mineski, they seem to have made a deal to themselves that they're gonna play it out and try every game, you know?
Yeah.
Which is commendable. I can't really say anything about it. You don't want to tap out early, that's for sure.
And maybe your opponent makes a mistake.
I mean, they did lose their Morphling. That gave quite a bit of gold, but unfortunately he's back and taking your base.
On the melee racks. Nisha.
Oh, he's
Turns
PL.
into the PL, and here we go. Avalanche toss, IO gone.
As a butterfly PL.
Nisha is ruptured here into the strength morph. KP trying to deal with these illusions up at the front, and mid one goes into the back. Nisha being focused by the PL, but JT doesn't have the sustain to do this.
Yeah, he just turns around and starts attacking the PL. Gets the kill instantly. And everyone is dead. GG gets called.
You know, I think this is the first game I have ever seen of Team Secret where Yapzor has had the least impact out of the 5 players. Oh, it has felt like, it has felt like it with his hero, but
And
he's
the least net worth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he was actually less farmed than the Tiny.
Oh, we don't see it. We'll check
Yeah,
it.
we'll
check
see it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was the bottom net worth, and yeah, like you said, definitely felt like bottom impact in that game. It's pretty rare. I guess he was a walking aura in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, he did his part, but it was definitely not the Yapzor show. And that's very true, as you say. He normally does shine a lot, and I don't know, it's just hard to shine when Timber and Morphling are stealing all the glory. And Tiny was running around everywhere. This was truly a position 5 CM and 4 Tiny.
Yeah, it for sure was. It's nice to see Secret having a little bit of lenience in that regard anyway, giving Puppy a bit of room to breathe. But there we have it. Our second series of the day. A quick 2-0 for Team Secret over Mineski. 2 more series to come. Group B matches. EVOS taking on Complexity.
I'm looking forward to this a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, gonna be fun to see some Complexity Dota, I'm definitely not biased in this, by the way.
Absolutely not.
No, please still pay me Complexity. But, I look forward to it. I'm sure anyone can win. Complexity wins.
And then Forward against Complexity is our final series of the day. So we get a Complexity double header.
That will be a tougher matchup, perhaps, for Complexity, I feel, because they actually lost to them most recently. It's their most recent opponent in the Summit games. In the qualifiers over there, they seem to have lost to Resolution and Yawar on Team Forward.
And not an easy team to beat by any means, any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, double Complexity matchup. Hopefully we'll see them win at least one game, so Wagamama can be happy. We'll take a short break
4-0
with our third series coming up in just a little bit, guys. Should be maybe 10-15 minute break. We'll find out from the admins and keep you updated. See you guys then.